All right. Good morning, everyone. What is going on? Give it a minute for everyone to hop in here. What's up, Tracy? How you doing? How are you doing? And I was actually at the game, so I saw it live. Great game. Yeah, market is looking weak again. What's up, Bino? How you doing? Princeton, what's going on? All right, so market's looking pretty nasty again. Big sell-off last week. Been very, very weak. A lot of pops have been getting sold off. QQQ down 0.33%. SPY down 0.36%. So Q's here. Last week, right, if we take a look at the daily here, nasty sell-off, right? So we were testing this resistance on Thursday the 12th, so 2 weeks ago. And then, right, rejected this resistance, totally broke down, started to consolidate and broke down, even broke this previous support, right? We had support, creating higher and higher lows. And I was looking for a bounce there, but we totally sold off through it. Now we broke down out of this wedge, cleared this previous support, cleared that whole consolidation zone, I guess you could say. Now we're back down to 353.55. So what do we got to look at today? Let's zoom out first before we do that. Right. We have these previous levels here, right? Previous support, kind of acted as resistance right there. We kind of have a big resistance here, right? Resistance. It's a little small. But as you can see, we rejected numerous times right there. So just good to take note of that. If we do start to break down further, now we have that level drawn out. It kind of lines up with this previous level here too. So if 354.71, let me change the color of this just so I could tell which, there we go. So 354.71 is going to act as a potential resistance above here on QQQ, right? Because we do have a previous support, okay? And a previous support here. Closed right at that level. If that starts to reject, we're probably going to sell down further and push right through to 351.36, and now we have 347.7 right below. Okay, so that's what we got to watch on QQQ. SPY is looking pretty similar, pretty nasty, right? We haven't been able to break through that trend, right? Resistance, ended up pushing into this previous support as a new resistance, created a triple or quadruple top right there, and a huge sell-off since then. So it looks very, very weak. Honestly, looks like it wants to push much lower. We'll have to see. Next big level below here on SPY kind of looks like it's right around 410. Right, previous support acting as resistance. Here's a double top. So that's where I'm looking at. Maybe this level here, right? Previous support acted as a double bottom, acted as a resistance a few times there, 415. So increments of 5, pretty much 420, 415, 410 is what it's looking like there. You know, so we could take puts at open for continuation to the downside. Market looks pretty weak, so it is a potential play. VIX, right? VIX was in this zone here. We bounced multiple times, right? Support, broke through. Now we're starting to work its way back up to where it typically pops up, around here, 32 plus. Sub Clogy. I don't know if I pronounced that right. AMD. Zoom in a little bit here. AMD was flagging, looking pretty solid. If we do go to the higher time frame though, or just the overall chart here, right from this high, we broke out of that consolidation, pushed through. We're now kind of flagging over it, but we're starting to break down here pre-market, right down 0.45%. We do have a triple or quadruple bottom here, lower highs, creating a nice flag, right? That's a nice flag, right? Typical pattern, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then typically we'll break out like that. But you know, overall market's pretty weak, so might not do that. Okay. Shop looks pretty good too, right? Clean consolidation here. Support. This is the fourth time now we're testing this 50.59 level. We also have a gap to fill, right? There is a gap to fill right here. Let me draw it out for you. Right, so here to there. This is a huge gap, right? This previous resistance is all the way down here. So pretty big gap to fill right there. So I wouldn't be surprised that if shop pushes down here, that we push down to 47.97. So this could be a potential play for the challenge count too. So we'll keep an eye on that. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. If everyone can drop a like on the video, that'd be great. That would be great. No, it's part of charity, so it's not. So we'll keep an eye on Shop. Shop's one of my top setups this morning for puts. Okay. Google. So Google was flagging here, higher lows, lower highs, broke down last week, started to consolidate. It's looking pretty bearish again, right? If this could break 135.08, which it's sitting right there, looks like it could break down. Right, just for a continuation. Apple down over 1% here pre-market, weaker than most names, and Apple's is an extremely important name to follow, right? It has the biggest weighting. It was creating these lower and lower highs, lower and lower highs. Now we're pushing back down towards this previous support. We have this resistance above. So I appreciate you, Bino. How's my position sizing going to be for challenge cap? Don't know. Depends on the play. A few hundred per play. 200, 300, 400 maybe. Depends on the play. So Microsoft had this resistance, lower and lower highs, higher and higher lows. We broke down, we consolidated. This looks pretty good to the downside too. Right below 325.45. It breaks that consolidation and should push down to 321. That looks really clean. Those look really, really clean. So I'll push this up a little bit too. Although it is green here pre-market. Microsoft to spend $3.2 billion in Australia's AI regulation looms. Interesting. Interesting. Disney rising wedge last week I mentioned worked out perfect. Right, totally worked out perfect. Tesla again absolutely killed here. Below that previous support, testing it again. Netflix showing some strength here again, but not playing that chart. Amazon looking weak here, right? Broke down below that previous support. Consolidated below, now it's pushing further down. Wouldn't be surprised if this low gets taken out, 123. Would not be surprised. Coin is up 2.38%. Higher lows, lower highs, still sitting in this wedge. So if you like to play coin, all power to you. Yeah, Microsoft has earnings tomorrow. So again, make sure you're aware. All these names have earnings coming up. AMD October 31st. Google has earnings tomorrow also. Okay. Amazon has earnings on Thursday. All right, so all these names have earnings coming up. Big week, guys. This is a big week. Look in the video here, right? I mean, huge head and shoulders, right? Big neckline, testing it now for the 4th time. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. This is big. This is a big head and shoulders here on the daily. So if this is a pattern you typically like, all power to you. Below 409.8, I'd potentially take puts for a move down below. Set an alert on it. I'm not really a big fan of trading these. And that's it. So I'll move that up a bit. So what can we watch today now that we went over everything for the challenge account? QQQ we could potentially watch if we retest 354.62 as a new resistance for a continuation back to the downside. SPY, depending on how it reacts here at 420.18, we could watch that as a new resistance, although don't really like that as much. Shop we could watch for a potential breakdown here and continuation to the downside. For a gap fill, so we can watch puts on Shop at open on the challenge account. Microsoft we can watch it, although it is showing strength. So if the market starts to push to the upside, Microsoft will probably move first. And Google potentially. Anyone have any questions about anything? Anyone have any questions about anything before I go and try and get this Zoom set up? I have my alert set. Make sure you guys have your alert set on all the important levels. All right. So let's go get ready for the Zoom call. If anyone has any questions about any setups or anything, please feel free to message me. We'll see if there is a play for the challenge account today. Right, $1,000 start, depending on the setup, probably $100 to $250, maybe $300 depending on how good it is. Definitely not full porting in the beginning, right? I kind of want to work our way up a bit first. Let the plays, get us up to 2,000 first. Okay. Yes, it does, Cultra. Yes, it does. All right. I will see you guys in the Zoom call. Have a good one. Appreciate everyone stopping by.